Newt's is Apple Valley's premier ice cold beer, fresh popcorn, and delicious burger bar. You should go there because they have a very friendly and kind of fun staff. And classic rock will be playing on the overhead speakers. Sports will be on the TVs, and they have pull tabs. So I can't think of another reason why you wouldn't want to go to Newt's. So get there. And when you go there, tell them the ascertainer sent you. Slump too far, it's always bad.
You were reclining quite a bit there.
You ever notice that, though? The more, it's like a reflection. It's a thing. It's kind of like how dress for the job you want. Where's my cord? I'm a little freaked out there. Did you do the thing?
I did, but I didn't start the timer.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. You got the one job over there. And we're on.
I got several jobs. I got to run the board, which I don't understand. I got to run the computer, which I don't understand.
Do you mind saying what happened on the episode where we had your college roommate on and you ran the board? And was there something you learned later?
My roommate on the previous episode.
We don't know which. The one, Mark's roommate, Tommy, apparently, which I thought sounded great, but it sounds like that was by accident.
Yes, his mic was not on. Again, when Jim's mother was on the first time.
Her headphones were plugged in. Oops, daisy. We totally gaslit her, too. Yeah, you can hear fine. It's fine.
I'm going to get fired soon.
Well, you're trying so hard, yet I don't know the password to your super fancy and compact laptop that you're indispensable. You're like hard contacts. You're indispensable. No, that's disposable. Shit. Anyway, well, I like you.
Thank you.
I like you. We are the ascertainers, damn it. And you're here. Don't go yet. Don't go. Ryan, don't go. That's wild because I think this kid named Ryan listens from the neighborhood. Kid, he's like a full ass. He's over 21.
Maybe we should name ourselves something different. Once they hear ascertainers, they shut it off. But if we say we're Garage Logic, maybe steal that and we might get a little bit.
The law firm of Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. If we do that, no, let's call ourselves like Nazareth. There's no one suing us from the Nazareth Foundation. How about the Chubb Foundation?
You couldn't have me wrestling a tiger, though.
No, that was Mutual of Omaha.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But the Chubb Foundation is a proud sponsor of Nature, or Nova from Channel 2.
I do remember watching PBS, and Nova was on, and they were showing a live childbirth. That freaked me out. When you're 14.
By the way, Chance, Hunter, you guys were fine. But it was horrifying to watch the guy on Nova.
What, wasn't a guy?
The guy. Nova, excuse me. I don't know. It was
Maybe you should have watched the show.
It was a different time. I don't know where that. I think a stork comes. But then the stork got hired by the pickle company, and not an owl baby was born after that. We're the ascertainers. Romper Room. Hi, Charlie. Hi, Jeff. Hi, Pat and Sue. And hi, Ryan. Hi, little kid in the neighborhood. Beckham in the neighborhood. I hope you don't still listen because you have learned all. I like that you did listen, but if you still listen, you're going to hear more swears and whatever. Don't do those. Don't talk like me.
There's some not safe for school content.
Some. A lot. So anyway, that would be good because this guy is a youngest of 3, just like me, and he probably is already. I mean, that's a pretty squeaky clean household, but I think it's good to you learn the knots, like what don't to do. And I think he can listen to this podcast and go, oh yeah, that's a don't do. I don't worry that he's over here in him and Julio out in the schoolyard.
Are you talking like a slip knot, bow tie? You said he learned about knots.
Oh, how not to. I thought you would just say slip knot. I'm like, no, I'm thinking about Paul Simon, but anyway, Slipknot's a good band. Did you know that's the name of a band?
I did.
Do you know where they're from?
I don't.
Des Moines, Iowa. I shit you not. But yes, I don't even know if this episode is going to air because I got a little venom to get out of me, but I think society generally does. But I want to open it up with something lighthearted and cheery. And that is that I asked Mark what day he turned 18 years old, and he told me, and that's private health information, so I can't tell you. But you can probably figure it out because the number one song in the charts when Mark turned 18, and you'll also hear the number one chart when I turned 18.
It was 1981.
And
would that be springtime or?
Mine is, well, you know what year, when you were born, you doof.
But my month is kind of in between spring and summer.
It is spring. Oh, between spring and summer. Yeah, but not between spring and winter. I thought that's what you were going for. Mine is between winter and spring. More winter. Actually is winter. Mark's song, when he turned 18, the number one song on the top 40 was by the capable Kim Carnes, and it was Betty Davis Eyes. So,
which is actually a very good song.
That's a banger. Yeah. A lot of people covering that one. A lot of garage bands, just, God, actually, that might be an ironic cover.
I think it would be.
But mine, when I turned 18, when I'm much younger than Mark, mine was Getting Jiggy With It by Will Smith.
It was not.
Okay. It wasn't.
You're a liar.
Could have been. You're a damn dirty liar, Jim. So it was Centerfold by the Jay Giles band, which I think I got a way better 18th year birthday song than Mark did. Mark, do you agree, or do you?
I don't agree.
You defend Kim Carnes' Betty Davis Eyes.
Centerfold is one of the worst songs by Jay Giles. It was too poppy.
It's from the album Love Stinks, and we all
know it.
That Love
It's
Stinks
not
is
the
a
best
great
song
album.
on Love Stinks.
I agree, but it was the hit. It's the one the
again.
single.
That's what I'm saying. It was a pop.
Would you say it's better or worse than No Anchovies, Please?
Oh, I love No Anchovies, Please.
We've played that on this podcast before, and we have not heard from their legal representation, so we got away with that one. But yes, so let's pivot off of that to the current events. There's been some Minneapolis is in the news lately, and I don't agree with either side on this. So, before you go and say, "Oh crap, I'm going to stop listening," or I'm going to excoriate the ascertainers. I think Mark and I started this thing with the specific intent to not talk about political shit, because this is where you come to get away from that. But I am worried about how people are kind of tribalizing, or how they're losing their fucking minds, and they're just so gripped to the one side or the other. And I'm kind of almost maybe though seeing that maybe that zit is about to pop, and that people are like, you know what, I guess, we all kind of agree on a lot of stuff, because they're so sick of being so you brought up shoveling snow. It's like, you know what, my piece of shit neighbor with the Trump sign, or my piece of shit neighbor with the Kamala Harris sign did this or that or whatever. But at the end of the day, you know what? You'd shovel out their driveway if they were broke their leg. You wouldn't get hung up on that bullshit. You would just do what a good person does. Would you agree?
I agree.
That's the thing? I know, gosh darn well, that's what I would do. And I think that the people that I know that are the exact opposite politically from me, that's what they would do too. But somehow people just feel the necessity to spew this shit online on Facebook. I'm a Facebook guy. I'm ancient. I don't know. There's probably Twitter, whatever, Twitter, everything. It's just, everyone is just, I feel like they're swinging like, when you're doing a long drive contest and you just lose all your form to just maybe make good contact. And that's what people are doing. They're just trying to hit it out of the park with every statement they make online. And I'll start with, why are you making these statements online? What are you trying to prove?
I think a lot of it's
dividing people like crazy. Thank you.
The anonymity on some of these platforms makes it easier.
Well, no, but I mean, their name's there. for the people that I know use their real name and everything else.
I'm like Nextdoor.
Nextdoor is an app, or are you talking about your neighbors?
Nextdoor app. I'm sorry.
It'd be kind of funner if this Bob guy.
Did you say funner?
More fun, my bad. More fun.
They don't have to put a photo or the real name. It could be J Love or something.
So it could easily be just some bot or whatever.
Yes.
So my question is this: I all go back to the why.
I don't know
why do you do it? I know people. I think people that listen could figure out where I'm at. I'm actually, you know what I am? I try to fancy myself a pretty independent guy. I have my beliefs and everything else, but I'm not like opposed to hearing the other side. I think it's actually some of the funnest conversations a guy can have, especially if you know someone is 180 degrees opposed to where you're at. But just if their game and your game, to just kind of start talking about anything, you realize that, oh yeah, we agree on 80% of everything, but it's the 10% on the edges that we're pretty, that's where we have our contention. But hey, why not take the 80-20 win, then spend all this energy on the 10% that we're not in? It's pissing me off, Mark. I'm telling you.
That's the thing. Don't get angry. I know you're not.
Can I say this though? And I'll let you, because I never let you talk, and you told me you actually like that. But anyway,
I do
tell the people,
because I say stupid things.
The point is that I don't get pissed. I don't see the value in, hey, speaking my mind and trying to excite or entice or incite or any of those words. I kind of just want to be in the middle, and I want things to get solved, but things will never get solved on the edges. I mean, I don't get how we got here and why good friends of mine and relatives of mine are so hell-bent to just lock in on one side and not go like, hey, how do because those same people I know super well would bend over backwards for their neighbor that has a different belief than them, or they don't care what the belief is, or they don't know what the belief is. And that even if they did know, they would still say, you know what, that's still my neighbor, and I'm going to go over there and help them out. So here you go. I think I beat this point to a powder.
I'd like to win arguments.
Does that happen? So you assume you will like it.
But you'll get caught up in that, but you don't have to get angry about it. The point I hope that you were trying to get across. You just talk about it and you listen to what the other person has to say. That's what's missing. People don't actually hear what you're saying anymore.
Succinctly put, Mark, and I appreciate that. Better than I could have. I spent like 12 minutes on that and you just nailed it. I'd like to transition into, bottom line is I think we're better than this as a society. I'm better than this. You're better than, even though as good as you are, we can still be better. We can better at like looking through the front of the windshield and not out the little blind spots that are let's just fucking get along. It's not that hard. And it's not that bold of a statement for me to say it, but I feel like, oh my gosh, I'm going to ask that we just appreciate our differences. I just stumbled upon that, a couple fingers of bourbon into the night here, is that we don't appreciate the differences. If one of my best friends in the world is like the super liberal, and even he and I had trouble. I think we talked, I hope this isn't repeat info. Last deer season, my buddy Ange and I, we were notorious for locking horns and being able to come out, just laughing about it later. But it got a little heated this year. And it's like, ooh, this is different. This is not what I signed up for, to be this guy's friend. And I kind of called him out, or I kind of just spoke up to say, hey, this is the opposite of fun. Every time I bring something up, you just like hit it like it's a fly swatter. It's not a conversation. That's just like an assault. Anyway.
But you work things out later.
You know what, though? He called me up a couple days later. He goes, you know what, man? I feel kind of bad about that. I said, you know what, pal? I appreciate you bringing that up. I felt bad too. I like the give and take. I like because I learn stuff, what you think, and maybe you learn stuff, I don't care, but you give me the opportunity to kind of say, well, here's why I think what I think. And I guess, I didn't think about it that way. And I think that kind of makes us both better at the end of the day. And I think that's what's missing. I think we're not that far from it. I think it already went a little too far. So it's not like it's broken beyond repair, but we got to start back up a little bit. And even in the national discourse, it's kind of like everyone did all their tough talk. And it's like, okay, maybe we've gone a little too far. Let's dial it back a tick. So anyway.
I hope we can.
So with that said, with the Ascertainers are going to have a rally. It starts now, and it's going to start with the songs of the week. And we both came up with songs that have a pretty cool message in them. And then we're going to talk about guitar players. So don't leave. Don't go. My song of the week is by the Buffalo Springfield, and it's called For What It's Worth.
Great
because
tune.
it's a song from, 1965? The 1960s, which would be 60 years ago, there was shit like this going on.
Oh, yeah.
And it was probably worse. And I think if you go a little further back, and there was this thing called the Civil War, which is pretty bad too, but they didn't have Facebook. So one of my favorite lines in the Buffalo Springfields, For What It's Worth, is there's battle lines being drawn. If nobody's right, then everybody's wrong. And it's kind of like, there's the whole everybody part that bothers me, that you should be able to think one way on one topic, maybe another way on a different, maybe slightly in the middle on others, as opposed to having to be all in this or all in that. And you know what? If you're all in that, then I'm not going to talk to you anymore. It's like, come on, let that sink in. Everyone who listens, both of you, let that sink in, that if you've ever said, you know what, if you did this or you voted for that guy or you think that we're done. Think that through and walk that back as fast as you can, either in your head or with the people that you said that to or whatever, because it just probably isn't that fucking important. But you agree on so much stuff. Focus on the things you agree on, and you got to live it. Just live it. The world isn't that bad. This is still the best country in the goddamn planet. It is. And now we're in a state where people are like, oh, the state sucks, and then the country sucks. And you got, I don't know, the Ascertainers will pool up money and fly you to any other country you think is better than this one. And unless your name's Rosie O'Donnell, we will honor that pledge. We'll figure it out. I mean, honestly, if somebody says, like, I want to go to Brazil, it's like, you got to move to Brazil and become a citizen. And by the way, good luck with that. It's hard to become a citizen anywhere. It's hard to just even go into another country without all kinds of headache and visas and all that shit.
I agree.
Backsliding. Your song is by Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Life Without You. It's written about a friend, Charlie, Win. I can't read my writing, and I don't have my glasses.
Well, we don't do last names, so that's okay.
Well, this guy's passed away. That's why he wrote the song. Wirtz. W-I-R-Z.
Wirtz, yeah.
He was a guitar repairman early in Stevie Ray Vaughan's career, and they became friends, good friends, till the Charlie died in 1985.
This song is I had not heard it, and it is one of the prettiest. I don't really regard a lot of Stevie Ray songs as pretty.
No.
This is a beautiful song.
Well, Don't Come Knocking. That's a pretty song.
Is it?
It is.
Oh, this sounds like a banger. I like Life by the Drop too. But point is that this song has that great, but in the middle of the live performance, Stevie Ray, and I had just asked Mark while Mark was playing the song to me, I go, is this before he was clean? And Mark's like, nope. And then he starts talking, and the video will be posted on underneath the little show description.
I'd like to say it's the 1985 Capitol Theater live version.
Yes. Yeah, no, I'll make sure I post the right one. I've never seen a guy look that kind of effed up, but speak more from the heart. And I think what Stevie Ray says, if we can get our current leadership to talk like that, I think our problems would be solved by Monday.
I would like to make one more comment about the song.
Yes, please.
My wife was watching Uncle Buck with John Candy,
Yes.
and they were at the bowling alley. I thought it was a Stevie Ray Vaughan cameo. The guy looks exactly like Stevie Ray Vaughan, has the soul patch under his lip. It's not
No shit.
It's not Stevie Ray
Does
Vaughan.
it look like him though?
Oh my! It's exact.
Is it like an uncredited person?
Oh, I looked it up.
It
I
could
did
actually
some
be?
deep dive. It's not Stevie
Okay.
Ray, but
Wow.
put on the cowboy hat, it would have been Stevie Ray.
Well,
Or
there
not
you go.
even a cowboy hat. What is that hat that he wears?
Oh, I don't know. It had the big feather in it and shit.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not a hat guy.
I'm not either.
If it's not a beanie or a visor,
I wear a lot of bonnets.
is it
but
pronounced baseball hat?
yeah,
You're
but
a
it's
bonnet
back.
man?
I am a bonnet
You
man.
are a shawl guy. I learned too. Wow, that's scary. But yes. So those are the songs of the week. Look for them in the. There's links if you scroll down. If you're listening to this on any device. Also, you know what? If you're listening to this, actually, maybe this is a bad time to bring it up. You could tell people and share, like through Facebook or the whatever you're listening to. But maybe this isn't the episode to do that.
Maybe it'd be our highest rated episode.
Well, I don't know, but
I don't know what the listeners like.
I know they don't like what we put out so far. Well, anyway, so while we were, when we do the song of the week, it's become kind of a pattern. Oh, I kind of did a little, so we'll preview the song of the week before we record. And Stevie Ray, on this song that Mark is song of the week, he goes through this kind of like just out of body, kind of like think about Will Ferrell doing the debate on Old School, where he's just kind of just has this stream of consciousness, and then he just starts playing the guitar behind his back, and it's like better than John Mayer, as a young man. John Mayer got a lot of pub on the 2 episodes ago.
He did,
but 1 or 2 episodes ago. But I said, is Stevie Ray the best American guitar player? So that got us into a conversation. So now we're going to get away from the current events and we're going to talk about guitar players.
Actually, I brought up Eddie Van Halen and Jim corrected me.
I believe he was born in the Netherlands. I could be wrong, though. That's what I read online. I wonder if we could look that up.
You can. And my next one was Jimi Hendrix.
Can I tell you something about Jimi Hendrix, though?
Sure. He did move to England.
He developed that. He went from Seattle. He and Madonna kind of adopted that English accent pretty freely, didn't they? But did Jimi Hendrix say was the best guitarist?
Called me the best bass player.
It's an American. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys do. Well, it's kind of almost a given, but.
I don't know.
Terry Kath. Do you know who that is?
I don't.
Chicago. And I got to tell you, Terry Kath is the suburban Stevie Ray Vaughan in that Stevie Ray Vaughan, without that hat, did not have an aesthetic. I mean, I'm speaking a little too plainly and honestly here. Stevie Ray Vaughan, not a good looking man. Not a like a charismatic sort. Did I say that already? Terry Kath, Stevie Ray Vaughan without the hat. Just looked like a guy that worked at the implement store, but he could just shred. Chicago solos are like 25 or 6-4 or whatever that song is. That's an absolute virtuoso piece. But Jimi Hendrix said that his favorite guitarist was Terry Kath.
Now I'm going to be ridiculed by other deadheads that I didn't mention Jerry Garcia.
As the top American guitarist, I don't know enough about his work to dispute that fact, but if you think he's better than Stevie Ray, or no?
Yes, really? Definitely. Oh, my goodness,
well, then stop the presses. Hit pause. I want to hear play me your best Jerry Garcia solo. We'll be right back. Or is that not how you measure? That's
impossible to do, but my current favorite is the first solo on Althea. That was your song of the week.
Except Mayer played it. Jerry's that good, I want to know, but I do have a list kind of what AI says are America's best guitar players, and Eddie's on it, by the way. So apparently he's American. I like when he was called Edward, though. It was way more fucking cool. He was born in Amsterdam. Like Carlos Santana, they say, is a great American guitarist. He's born in Mexico. So you got to be born here. I want to apologize because I really kind of, that wasn't very nice of me but I was really born out of curiosity because I want to hear a great Jerry Garcia
But you
solo.
came at me
But it's hard to,
like someone on the other side of the political spectrum wouldn't listen to what I was saying. He's nodding his head like, shut the hell up.
No, I got no comeback. You're right. If nobody's right, everybody's wrong. So I guess I'm wrong because you're wrong. See, that's our way out of this. Sorry. I do not practice what I preach. AI says the best American guitarist is subjective, but Jimi Hendrix is almost universally cited as the greatest and most influential. That is no doubt. Revolutionizing electric guitar, blah, blah, blah. Next comes Eddie Van Halen, born in the Netherlands, so he doesn't count. Stevie Ray Vaughan, boom. B.B. King.
B.B. King did not play chords. He only played notes.
I know. B.B. King is really the original Keith Richards in that regard. Keith Richards,
that's a very good.
Great guitarist. In fact, the Stones, great band, but it's like chasing a ghost to try to see where the chord is and where the lead is and everything else. It was just this like collection of sounds that made songs. It's honestly, listen to a Stones song, even like Brown Sugar, your favorite. Sorry, I'm kidding.
Thank you.
Raunchy lyrics ever, but
if you're lost in a band, you might be the greatest guitarist in America. No one will ever know.
Well, not that they're American, but Andy Summers, many will say, like many guitar players will say they will quiver if they have to try to play Andy Summers chords because they're very either his tuning or the technique or whatever. But when you listen to a Police song, it's just kind of like, oh, that's kind of cool. I've never heard that kind of sound. Well, it's because either the way you play it or whatever, but you don't hear any Police solos where they're, like really going for it. Is that what you're describing when you talk about B.B. King and that? To me, B.B. King, I'm sure he's great. I'm not a big blues guy generally. I think Stevie Ray, while he's probably considered a blues guitarist, he's more of a rock blues guitarist. But when I was a kid growing up, it was like there's B.B. King. He's on some celebrity show, and he would do he'd play that one note. Like that note made him a lot of money.
B.B. King had a great backup band because I've seen B.B. King live.
Have you?
Yes.
At what? Like how old was he or you?
I was in college, so he was.
Oh, he was close to prime.
I don't know if he was close to prime.
He was pretty established.
But he wasn't. But it was a very good backup band, so the concert was great. Actually, the backup band came out and played for about a half hour before BB even came out. And they were phenomenal.
So he was at the stage where he was the what sold tickets, so he came out and did his,
which was phenomenal also.
Well, it's good that we gave the people, at least gave them their money's worth, but it wasn't all BB. It was the kind of an evening with BB, and you were going to have a good time. But
the backup band was the opening act, put it that way.
So they just kind of kept playing, but they started playing his songs. Were his solos like brought you to your knees kind of good, or were they?
Some of them were very good. Some of them were, maybe I caught them on an off night.
What town were you in?
Denver.
Blues capital of Denver.
Well, you're at a high altitude, and maybe that got to him. And he was dehydrated because the air is dry.
Also, it's murder on your lips. That's the thing with Denver. It's a people mock about how you're going to need chapstick in the mountains.
Oh, it is.
Your lips dry up. Well, you all of a sudden you're like warmed up to that idea. You let me twist in the wind for about 20 seconds there.
I apologize. But I did have a split in my lip for like 4 years that I was out there.
I'll give you one right now. Keep talking.
Well, I was punched, but it never healed.
What was her name?
Shelley. Well, that could be a guy or gal.
Well, what's the matter? Some filly break your heart? No, it was a girl. I think that's how that goes. All right, other American guitarists.
I was going to bring up something.
Too late, man. Go ahead. Go do your thing.
No, I lost it.
Well, I'll keep talking then. So here's the other, what AI sees as great American guitarist. Got BB, then Chuck Berry. So I mean, I think Chuck Berry's great. I think what they're talking about is like influential, like people that changed.
Chuck Berry was ahead of his time.
As was Jimi, as was Eddie.
We discounted Eddie.
Well, but Eddie
was influential.
Set everything on his head. See, when we talk about American, to me, you take out like Eric Clapton and Jeff Beck and Jimmy Page, and that just really opens up the field immensely. There's others. Duane Allman. I don't know what of the Allman brothers. Where didn't Duane die at like? Is he in the 27 Club? Didn't Duane die in the motorcycle crash and very young? So I don't know what Allman Brothers has him and what has Dickie Betts, and you know what I mean?
I think Duane has Melissa and what's the other one? God, I can't think of it.
Oh, fuck, dude.
It's sad.
I was thinking of a Marshall Tucker song. Silver Dollar, Can't You See?
No, that's Marshall Tucker.
Fuck. Midnight Rider.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, either way, guitar players name check Duane Allman. You know what I mean?
He died too young, but so did Jimi.
Very young. And then there's others that are mentioned here, including Joni Mitchell comes up on a couple of these lists. And I don't really...
She's more of an acoustic guitarist, I thought.
I mean, she was. I get her and Carole King kind of conflated, but I guess I never ever was like, oh, her guitar, that's... I mean, it was more... She was more known for her voice.
And her lyrics.
Yes, very much. Is that something about a apartment, put up a
parking lot? Yeah.
It's a banger.
In The Last Waltz, she does a great song.
It's not put up apartment, tore down apartments, put up a parking lot.
It's something about a parking lot.
Another one is mentioned is Prince, and I never, when he was alive, never thought Prince was like a great guitarist. And then you see some of his like concert footage and everything else. I don't know if he was one of the greats, but he sure was fun to listen to. He really was effortless. And I don't know. He was like a technician who didn't take it seriously, if that makes any sense.
He was very good. I wouldn't argue with that.
Let's talk about some others that are on this list that are in my head. Like Neil Schoen from Journey.
Who I met.
How?
On the airplane.
Okay. Because he also is he's like a Billy Joe Armstrong. He's got a Minnesota wife.
He does.
Is that how they were?
He was on the airplane and we were landing. It was the last flight up.
Did you know it was him?
I did.
Because he's not that unique looking. I mean,
he is not.
You just happened to like, oh, is that Neil Schoen, or did you get the manifest?
The flight attendants told me Neil was on, so I rushed back there, deplaning. And he's of short stature, also.
Yeah, was he cool?
Very cool.
Did you just say, hey, big fan, or thanks for flying Delta? Or
he kind of pulled back when I went in to kiss him. Other than that, went well.
He's more of a snuggler. I think he's no Spider Giraldo. Pat Benatar's husband.
I wasn't a big fan of Neil, and I didn't want to come across as a big fan. So it was
genuine.
I hope so.
I like Journey. I get that he's good. His style just never really aroused me.
I appreciate your work.
You said that?
Yeah.
So that's like...
Is that like a dig?
You aren't in my top 10. I just could tell you right.
No, but I rushed out there just to meet him.
I
shook his hand and I said,
"A very appropriate thing to say is hey," or I would just go like, "Hey, big fan," or whatever. But that's probably what everybody says.
I wasn't a big fan.
Oh, so you're that honest.
So I said, "You're no Jimi Hendrix."
Just run up to him,
but you're all right.
Just go. You just walk up to him and go. See ya. I get it. Think I see what other people see if I really listen to you hard if I'm drunk. Thanks for flying.
I hope I wasn't rude to the guy.
Hey, have you ever thought about being in other bands? Because if somebody else was in Journey, I bet they'd be good.
Journey's not going to make it, pal.
You know what band he started in?
I don't.
Oh, little Neil Schoen history. At age 17, he was a guitarist in Santana. Fun fact. Fun fact. Oh, we should do a sound effect for whenever I do a fun fact. It's going to be about every 140 or so episodes.
Was he the rhythm guitarist in?
No, he was the lead guitarist in Santana. Santana. I'm just kidding. I'm assuming Santana's got like 88 guys on stage. He was a guitarist in Santana. You could have been a guitarist in Santana.
I was. Actually, I was a bass player.
That's where you look familiar from. That one international flight. So, Neil Schoen. Pat Benatar's guitarist. Neil Spider Giraldo. Great solos. I believe Randy Rhodes, who was a guitarist for Quiet Riot and then the Ozzy Osbourne solo project. Many say a virtuoso. I say like basically a keyboardist that played the guitar. His stuff is great, but it's so technical. It just doesn't really have the Stevie Ray kind of improvisational feel that I like. I need it. I gotta have it.
Guess I don't agree with that statement.
What's that?
About Randy Rhodes, that it was so technical. He didn't jam.
Okay.
I thought he did.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. What I'm saying is that the most of the Randy Rhodes stuff, what made him so interesting was how kind of he was this virtuoso. It was kind of like a guy wearing a suit versus a guy wearing jeans and a vest, no shirt. Like Slash versus Randy Rhodes. This is a good example, by the way. Slash, great American guitarist, I think, is that Slash had that. He was kind of more, can I just say dirty, more kind of, where Randy Rhodes was polished. He was formal. He was white linen. And Slash was like a paper napkin kind of a situation. By the way, while Mark's collecting his thoughts, which just could take a bit, why doesn't anybody send us an email and tell us who your favorite guitar player is? Or maybe we can fashion a Facebook post that could elicit responses. I don't know how to do it either, Mark, but we'll pool up on that, and we want to hear from you. It would be far more interesting. Would you not agree, both of the listeners? If you gave us some of your feedback, then we could riff off that, and this would be a better podcast as a result. I don't know.
And you could do it at the ascertainers@gmail.com.
Or any of our Facebook posts. I'm just going to keep beating the shit out of this microphone. I don't know why I kept hitting it. But I like Mark. I feel like Barney. I like Mark. Mark likes me. We're a happy family. Do you like me?
I think we're more like Teletubbies, that we don't make sense.
Oh, I like the Teletubbies. Alex was the blue one. I think it was Tinky Winky. You're more of a Poe guy, you son of a bitch.
I just like watching the sunset.
I think I think there's a lot of things we can't talk about here for legal reasons. But anyway, we are sorry that we got mad. And by we, I mean I am sorry that I got a little pissy about the current state of affairs of this whole world. But I know that we'll get through this. And you know why I know this? Because we've done this before. And we can't let them win. And by them, I mean the people that are pulling the strings that are trying to get us to fight each other. Let's just keep it local, kids. Love your neighbor. I mean, within reason. But no, what I'm saying is that just be a decent person. Start there. And then end at the edges. Don't start at the edges because you'll never get to the good part. So thank you for listening to our marginal podcast. We hope to be really good. And but at least we're honest. Is that a good tagline?
It is. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.